October 12, 2025. We are on the rooftop of The Gilded Lily, an ultra-exclusive lounge in downtown Miami where a bottle of water costs more than most people's hourly wage. It is the kind of place designed for people who want to be seen, but tonight, everyone is looking at one specific table for all the wrong reasons. Police have been called to respond to a disturbance involving a patron who has racked up a tab of nearly $2,000 and is now refusing to settle the bill. The suspect, a woman named Tiffany, is clad in a shimmering dress that reflects the flashing police lights bouncing off the glass balustrades. She isn't just refusing to pay, she is staging a one-woman revolution against the concept of currency itself. When Officer Mendez and Officer Cole step off the elevator, the air is thick with humidity and expensive perfume. They find Tiffany standing on a velvet banquette, holding a half-empty magnum of champagne like a weapon, screaming at the manager that he is ruining her engagement metrics. She isn't drunk, she is intoxicated with entitlement. As the officers approach, she doesn't step down. She points a manicured finger at them and declares that she outranks them because her father owns the police department. It is a bold strategy for someone who is currently trespassing, committing grand theft, and disturbing the peace simultaneously. Mendez activates his body camera, capturing the moment Tiffany locks eyes with him and sneers, "Oh good, the help has arrived." She has no idea that in less than an hour, her influencer status is going to be traded for an inmate number, and her viral moment will be a mugshot that requires zero filters to show the reality of her choices. If you enjoy watching the immovable object of the law collide with the unstoppable force of delusion, and you want to see justice served cold, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button right now. We are about to break down a masterclass in how to ruin your life in 4K. To understand how we ended up with a woman standing on furniture screaming about metrics, we have to look at the lead-up. The staff reports that Tiffany arrived alone 3 hours earlier, demanding the best table in the house. She ordered the seafood tower, the Wagyu sliders, and 2 bottles of their most expensive champagne. She spent the entire evening taking photos, live streaming, and treating the waitstaff like background props in her personal movie. When the check arrived, the vibe shifted instantly. The charming influencer vanished, replaced by a confused victim who claimed her wallet had been digitally kidnapped. She told the server that her presence at the venue was payment enough, a concept she called visibility currency. When the manager explained that they cannot pay their vendors with visibility, she threw a ramekin of truffle aioli at him. By the time Officer Mendez reaches the table, the bill sits on the white tablecloth like a declaration of war. Total due, $1,850. Tiffany is now sitting down, legs crossed, scrolling on her phone as if the police officers standing 3 feet away are invisible. Officer Mendez clears his throat, initiating the interaction with standard professional courtesy. "Ma'am, the manager says there is a dispute over the bill. We need to get this settled." Tiffany doesn't look up. "There is no dispute. I told him my agency handles the finances. He needs to email my invoice to the cloud." Mendez glances at the manager, who shakes his head. "She told us she had an Amex Black card when she sat down. Now she says she's a sovereign brand entity." The officers realize immediately that this isn't a misunderstanding. It is a performance. Officer Mendez tries to ground the situation in reality. "Ma'am, I don't know what a sovereign brand entity is, but in the state of Florida, if you consume food and drink, you have to pay for it. Do you have a credit card or cash on you right now?" Tiffany finally looks up, her expression one of profound pity, as if she is explaining quantum physics to a toddler. "Officer, I don't carry fiat currency. It's dirty. My assets are all tied up in decentralized ledger technology. If you had a QR code, I could maybe transfer you some coin, but I doubt your little government scanner can handle my encryption." Officer Cole steps in, his patience already thinning. "Ma'am, this is a business. They accept cash or card. If you cannot pay, that is theft. It's a felony amount. You are looking at going to jail over dinner. Is there anyone you can call? A friend? A family member?" Tiffany laughs, a sharp, artificial sound. "Call someone. Do you know who my father is? He's literally the reason you have a job. He consults for the city on tactical strategy. If you arrest me, you're basically firing yourself." This is the first major red flag of the interaction, the appeal to a higher, vague authority. It is a classic defense mechanism used by narcissists to destabilize authority figures. By invoking her father, she is trying to reverse the power dynamic, making the officers feel like the ones in danger. Mendez, however, has heard this script before. Okay, what is your father's name? We can call him to pay the bill. Tiffany freezes. The bluff is called. I'm not bothering him with this petty nonsense. He's in a secure briefing. You figure it out. The refusal to provide a solution forces the officers to move to the next phase, identification. Okay, if you aren't going to pay, I need to see your ID, Mendez says, pulling out his notepad. We need to document who you are. Tiffany recoils as if he asked for a blood sample. I don't have an ID. I don't consent to being tracked. My face is my ID. Google me. She waves her hand dismissively. I am verified on 3 platforms. That is more valid than a piece of plastic issued by a corrupt state. This is the intersection of modern influencer culture and sovereign citizen ideology, a belief that digital fame supersedes legal statutes. Officer Cole is not impressed. Ma'am, we aren't Googling you. If you don't identify yourself, we can't write you a citation, which means we have to take you in to fingerprint you. Do you want to go to jail tonight? Tiffany stands up abruptly, knocking her chair over. You are threatening me. I am a content creator. I am working right now. This is harassment. She holds up her phone, starting a live stream. Guys, look at this. The Miami PD is literally attacking me for eating dinner. They are trying to silence free speech. She shoves the phone in Mendez's face. Say hi to my 50,000 followers. You're about to be cancelled. Mendez gently pushes the phone away. Ma'am, put the phone down and give me your ID or a credit card. Last warning. The tension ratchets up as Tiffany realizes the camera isn't acting as the shield she thought it would be. The audience she is performing for isn't physically there to save her, and the 2 men in uniform are not backing down. She switches tactics from aggression to medical distress. She grabs the table, swaying dramatically. I feel faint. You're stressing me out. I have a condition. My cortisol levels are spiking. If I pass out, it's a lawsuit. She creates a scene, gasping for air, looking around for sympathy from the other diners who are mostly just filming her with their own phones. Officer Cole calls her bluff. Do you need rescue? We can call an ambulance. Tiffany snaps out of her faint instantly. No. I don't want your poison ambulance. I just need you to leave me alone so I can finish my content. She reaches for the champagne bottle again, pouring herself another glass as if the interaction is over. It is a stunning display of compartmentalization. In her mind, if she ignores the police, they will simply cease to exist. Mendez puts a hand over the glass. No more alcohol. You are done. Stand up. Tiffany's eyes narrow. Don't touch my property. I paid for this, well, I intend to have it paid for. It's mine. The logic is circular and impenetrable. She believes possession is ownership, regardless of payment. The officers decide to separate her from the environment. Okay, let's step outside, Mendez says, gesturing toward the elevator. We aren't doing this in the middle of the restaurant. Tiffany plants her feet. I am not going anywhere. I have rights. I know the Constitution better than you. I have the right to travel, and right now I am traveling through this meal. She grabs the table edge, her knuckles turning white. Officer Cole moves to her left side. Ma'am, you are trespassing now. The manager wants you gone. If you don't walk out, we will carry you out. Tiffany screams, rape. He's touching me. Assault. The accusation is loud, piercing, and designed to cause maximum chaos. It is a weaponized buzzword used to freeze the officers, but the body cameras are rolling, capturing the fact that Cole is standing 2 feet away, hands on his vest. The patrons flinch, the mood in the restaurant turning from amused to uncomfortable. This is the point of no return. Tiffany has escalated from theft to false accusations of police misconduct in a public setting. Mendez's demeanor hardens. Okay, that's it. Turn around. Tiffany realizes the verbal game is over and physical confrontation is imminent. She suddenly changes the narrative again. Wait. Wait. My boyfriend is coming. He has the cash. He's in the parking garage. He just texted me. She waves her phone. Look. He's 5 minutes away. Larry. Larry will pay. Mendez pauses. It is a common stall tactic, but if there is a chance to resolve this without a fight, he will take it. Call Larry. Put him on speaker. Tiffany fumbles with the phone, her hands shaking slightly. She dials a number. It rings. And rings. And rings. Voicemail. She hangs up and dials again. He's probably in the elevator. No service. She looks at the officers with wide, innocent eyes. Just wait 5 minutes. Please. He's a surgeon. He's very wealthy. Officer Cole checks his watch. You have 1 minute. If Larry isn't here, you are going in cuffs. Tiffany starts typing frantically, likely sending texts to anyone who might answer, but it is clear there is no Larry. Or if there is, he knows better than to show up. The desperation is palpable now. The fantasy world where she is the pampered girlfriend of a wealthy surgeon is colliding with the reality that she is broke and alone on a rooftop. The minute passes. Time's up, Mendez says. He reaches for his handcuffs. Tiffany's reaction is visceral. She jumps back, knocking over a tray of empty glasses on a nearby service station. The crash of breaking glass silences the entire rooftop. Stay back, she shrieks. I have something in my bag. You don't want to see what I have. The atmosphere shifts instantly from nuisance to threat. Both officers drop their hands to their holsters, creating distance. What do you have in the bag? Mendez demands, his voice cutting through the noise. Don't reach for it. Tiffany clutches her designer purse to her chest, a manic glint in her eye. I have protection. I am authorized to carry. If you come near me, I will defend my ground. She is now implying she has a firearm or a weapon, drastically raising the stakes. This is the moment the viral DNA of the encounter shifts from funny to dangerous. By threatening lethal force or implying possession of a weapon during a detention, she has justified a high-force response. Put the bag on the table. Do it now. Officer Cole commands, drawing his taser. The red dot dances on Tiffany's midsection. The sight of the weapon shocks her, but instead of complying, she doubles down on the drama. Go ahead. Tase a pregnant woman. See how that looks on the news. She isn't pregnant, she was drinking champagne seconds ago, but the lie spills out effortlessly. She is throwing every biological and social shield she can think of to prevent the officers from engaging. Mendez flanks her. Ma'am, drop the bag or you are going to get tossed. I am not asking again. Tiffany looks at the taser, looks at the officers, and realizes the game of chicken is one she is going to lose. She throws the bag at Mendez's head. It misses, hitting his shoulder and sliding across the floor. There. Take it. You thieves. Mendez kicks the bag away, securing it, while Cole moves in to control her. The physical struggle is chaotic. As Cole grabs her arm, Tiffany goes limp, dropping her weight. A tactic known as deadweighting. It forces the officers to struggle to keep her upright while she screams at the top of her lungs. They are breaking my arm. My career is over. You are jealous of my success. She thrashes, kicking out with her high heels, managing to land a sharp kick on Cole's shin. That's battery on an officer. Cole grunts, spinning her around and pinning her against the banquette. He wrestles her hands behind her back. The click of the handcuffs is the sound of reality finally clamping down. But Tiffany isn't done. She starts spitting, turning her head to launch saliva at the officers. You are filth. I make more in a week than you make in a year. Mendez has to push her head down to stop the assault. Stop spitting or you get the hood, he warns. The glamour of the evening is completely gone. She is a mess of smeared lipstick and rage, pinned to a velvet seat she can't afford. With Tiffany secured, Mendez retrieves the bag to search for the protection she claimed to have. He opens it carefully, aware of the threat. He dumps the contents onto the table. A cracked iPhone, a tube of lip gloss, a tangled charger, a few crumpled receipts, and a small, pink canister of pepper spray. That was the weapon. It is legal to carry, but threatening police with it turns it into a felony instrument. This is what you were going to use? Mendez asks, holding it up. Tiffany, pressed against the seat, sneers. It's for creeps. And you are creeps. She has just confirmed intent. She threatened officers with a chemical agent. The charges are piling up: grand theft, trespassing, resisting with violence, battery on LEO, and assault on LEO. She has successfully turned a $1,800 civil debt into a multi-year prison sentence. The manager watches from the side, looking both relieved and horrified. The officers haul Tiffany up. She refuses to walk. I can't walk. My legs don't work. I have a condition. It is the incarceritis phase. Suddenly, the woman who was stomping around the restaurant is invalid. We aren't carrying you, Cole says. You can walk or we can drag you. Your choice. Tiffany opts for the drag. They pull her towards the elevator, her heels scraping lines into the expensive flooring. She screams the entire way, a stream of obscenities and threats. I'm suing this place. I'm buying this building and burning it down. My dad is calling the governor right now. The elevator ride down is intimate and loud. The acoustics amplify her screaming. You are kidnapping me. This is human trafficking. She looks at her reflection in the mirrored walls of the elevator and momentarily stops screaming to fix her hair, a bizarre glimpse into her priorities even in mid-crisis. As they exit the building, a crowd has gathered on the sidewalk. The lights of the patrol cars wash the street in blue and red. Tiffany sees the audience and immediately switches to performer mode. She stops struggling and poses, shouting to the bystanders. Record this. Police brutality. They targeted me because I'm famous. Tag me. At Tiffany Takeover. She tries to spin, to give the cameras a good angle, forgetting she is handcuffed. The dissonance is staggering. She believes this is content. She believes this will gain her followers. She doesn't understand that the people filming aren't her fans. They are witnesses to her public meltdown. Officer Mendez guides her to the back of the squad car. Watch your head. Tiffany spits at the car. I'm not getting in that. It smells like poor people. I want an Uber Black. I'll pay for it. Larry will pay for it. You don't get an Uber to jail, Mendez says, shoving her into the back seat. He slams the door, sealing her in. Inside the cage, Tiffany's world shrinks to the plastic seat and the metal mesh. She immediately starts kicking the window. Thump. 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 Let me out. I'm claustrophobic. I need my vape. I'm going to have a seizure. She throws her body against the door, trying to force it open. The officers ignore her, standing outside to debrief and finalize the paperwork with the restaurant manager. Inside the car, Tiffany pulls her phone out of her bra. She had a second phone hidden. She starts recording a TikTok from the back of the police car. Hey guys, so the Miami PD is literally holding me hostage right now. The patriarchy is so threatened by a powerful woman. Link in bio for my legal fund. She is narrating her own downfall in real time, convinced she is the hero of a tragedy. Officer Mendez spots the phone glow through the window. He opens the door. Give me the phone. Tiffany clutches it. No. This is my evidence. You can't take my property. Mendez wrestles it from her hand. You are under arrest. You don't get to live stream from the cruiser. He tosses it in the front seat. Now, stripped of her digital connection, the true panic sets in. Without the feedback loop of the internet, she is just a woman alone in the dark. She starts to cry, but it's an angry, ugly cry. You ruined my life. I was supposed to be at a party. Do you know how much I spent on this dress? She begins to bargain with God, or the universe, or whoever will listen. If you let me go, I'll donate $1 million to the police ball. I swear. I have the money. Just let me go. The bargaining phase is desperate and delusional. The drive to the station is a 20-minute journey into the heart of Tiffany's psyche. She cycles through every emotion. 1 minute she is threatening to have Mendez fired, the next she is flirting with him through the partition. You're kinda cute. Why are you a cop? You could be my security. I pay well. When that doesn't get a response, she switches to rage. You're ugly. That's why you're a cop. No one loves you. Then back to victimhood. My dad beat me. That's why I'm like this. You're triggering my childhood trauma. It is a rapid-fire assault of manipulation tactics, throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. Mendez drives in silence, listening to the monologue of a collapsing ego. He has seen this before, but rarely with this level of intensity. They arrive at the precinct. The Sallyport doors close behind them. Tiffany is pulled out of the car. The humidity of the garage ruins her hair instantly. She looks around at the concrete walls and the fluorescent lights. This is disgusting. It smells like bleach and despair. She refuses to walk again. The officers have to hold her up at the booking desk. Name, the booking sergeant asks. Tiffany stays silent. Name. I am the Queen of Sheba, she mutters. Okay, Jane Doe it is. The sergeant signals for the fingerprint scan. Tiffany clenches her fists. I'm not touching that scanner. It has germs. I don't do germs. The officers force her fingers onto the glass. She screams as if she is being burned. You are infecting me. I'm going to sue you for biological warfare. The mugshot is the finale. They stand her against the height chart. She tries to pout, to suck in her cheeks, to model. Chin down, eyes open, the officer barks. She tries to fix her hair, but her hands are cuffed. She poses, giving a sultry look to the camera, convinced she can salvage this. Flash. The image is captured. It shows a woman with smeared mascara, a disheveled dress, and a look of manic desperation. It isn't the cover of Vogue, it is the face of consequences. After the photo, she is led to a holding cell. She sees the metal toilet and the concrete bench. I can't sleep here. There are no sheets. Where is the room service? The reality that there is no VIP section in jail finally hits her. She slumps onto the bench, the fight draining out of her. The psychological breakdown of Tiffany is a case study in main character syndrome, taken to a pathological extreme. She views the world not as a shared reality, but as a set designed for her performance. The restaurant staff, the police, the other diners, they are all NPCs, non-player characters, in her mind. When the police refused to follow her script, she couldn't process it. Her brain short-circuited. She tried to override their authority with her own imaginary authority, her dad, her fame, her wealth. When that failed, she tried to use the camera to summon a digital mob to protect her. She is a victim of her own feedback loop, surrounded by digital validation that has left her completely ill-equipped for real-world conflict. She lacks the basic survival skill of knowing when to fold. She bet her freedom on a bluff and lost everything. The legal aftermath is brutal. Tiffany is charged with grand theft, third-degree felony, trespassing, misdemeanor, resisting officer with violence, third-degree felony, and battery on a law enforcement officer, third-degree felony. The weapon threat adds an enhancement to the assault charge. She is facing up to 15 years in prison if the sentences run consecutively. Her influencer career is effectively over, or perhaps it has just pivoted to a new, darker genre. She wanted to be famous, and she succeeded. She is now the star of a viral police bodycam video that will be dissected by millions. She traded her future for a seafood tower and a few likes. So, the question I have for you is this: do you think Tiffany actually believed her own lies about her father and her money, or was she just so used to lying that she forgot how to tell the truth? Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Do remember to hit the subscribe button, like and share this story, and I'll see you in the next one.